Okay, hello guys. Hopefully you guys can now hear me. As we finish off our Camp Cretaceous watch party thingamajiggy. Let me just, yeah, good time out there. Yeah, so episodes 6, 7, and 8 tonight. I've changed things up a little bit, so I'm going to have on screen what episode we're on. And there will also be a timer that I'm going to activate. Basically, so if you're coming to this late or whatever, you should be able to tell how far into the episode that we are. Essentially, I'm going to give people a few minutes to gather up and stuff like that, and we'll get started with the finale, with the final 3 episodes. We're actually finishing it off. It's going to be cool. Yeah, I'm excited. That's about all I've got to say on this. Oopsie daisy, as I break my chair. And as I said last time as well, you know, if you do come to this late, either doesn't really help, but if you're watching this later on, you can easily sort of sink in and stuff like that. You just have to find the point where I said go. But this time you won't have to do that, because this time I will have a timer. I will show you that timer, and I want to make sure it actually works anyway. So, in theory, when I click start on this little button here, it should automatically pop up. Yeah, cool. There we go. You guys see that? God, my stream is super delayed. Why is this so delayed? You guys are like 20 seconds behind me. That's nuts. I suppose that doesn't really make a difference, but hey ho. There you go. So there's a timer now. Now I'm gonna stop that now because obviously we're not going quite yet, but at least it works, and it should help you guys who want to sync up a little bit better, people who come in later and stuff like that. So 3 episodes left to go. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain. Okay. What does that mean? What? Stream status poor? What? Right, let me close some stuff down. I'm a little worried about this now. I don't see any reason this would have changed. Yeah, I am buffering. I'm trying to figure out why. I might lower the quality. Just because I suppose it doesn't really matter. Let me just see if I can do some stuff. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me, and bear down for midterms as you do. Video output is currently active. Please I might need to restart the stream. What a pain. Why would this be doing this? I actually can't figure that out. I don't see why it would be bad. It's not been a problem all bloody week. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Bear with me. I'll figure it out. I'm just going to close down a bunch of stuff. Oh, there we go. There we go. Looks alright now. Says excellent connection. We're going to get started at 8 o'clock, so we're going to get started in about a minute. So if you are playing along with me, then of course you want to be loading up your Netflix right about now. Getting ready. Get to 0000 on episode 6, entitled Welcome to Jurassic World. So maybe we can expect the kids to move down to the southern part of the island for this one. Very cool. Oh, I need to bear with. Here we go. Okay, we're going to get started. So, everyone onto your Netflix. Go to 0000 if you're joining along with me. People are going to get banhammered. Saga is here to take control, as per usual. Anyways, so move to 000000000000 on your video, and I'm going to hit my... Wait, oh, bear with me. Bear with me. Bear down for midterms. Okay. So, I'm going to hit play and play on both my things super quickly, and in theory, you guys will see the episode number and the timer at the same time. And bearing in mind, of course, we are starting at 0 seconds no matter what. So, Are we ready? I have to be bloody quick here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, hopefully you guys see the timer pop up in a couple of seconds. Otherwise, I've done something terribly wrong. Where's my timer? How far behind is this bloody stream? Oh no, now I'm nervous. Oh, thanks, Claire Cakes, for the donation. Oh, I've hit pause. I'm an idiot. Never mind, I'm a dummy. There we go. If it's buffering, just knock down the video quality. You don't need it on high quality. In theory.
Is everyone okay? Is everyone?
Thank you.
We're not okay. Yes, we're in the middle of a jungle with a monster dinosaur out there, and you.
She's got to be feeling betrayed, right?
Only way to get help and lied about it. I told you guys.
So, you did take Brooklyn's phone? Why? What were you doing?
Probably trying to erase my video of her taking those samples from the Sinoceratops. And you knew about the Indominus Rex, because you were snooping around Dr. Wu's office when I ran into you. I knew it. I didn't mean to destroy the phone. I fell on it when
Oh, you can hear the... Oh, God, yeah. Whoopsie daisy. You're not meant to be able to hear that. Well, I think we knew that. That's not Biosyn. Aww. Yeah, there goes my channel. Shut down forever. Aww. I feel bad for everyone. Although she kind of brought it... I mean, she kind of brought it on herself, right? But she did what she had to do. I doubt Manticore is a front for Biosyn, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not going to talk over dialogue, obviously. Hey, maybe it is Biosyn. I'm like a good 30 seconds ahead of you guys. Bumpy scared. Bumpy scared. Probably because of a large dinosaur. It literally says on the screen what episode we're watching. Come on, use your head. Oh, this is when they're, oh no, it's about to go so badly. This is when Masrani dies. Yo, it's directly out of the film. That's actually awesome. Like, that exact shot right there. It's straight out of Jurassic World. That's actually pretty cool. That's not what's going on, buddy. That's when he just died. I mean, he shouldn't have been flying the bloody helicopter anyway, but... Run, Bumpy, run! I could imagine a baby Anky's gotta be heavy, right? That's a really cool crossover with the series. That's the kind of thing I was hoping for. Bumpy's gonna get these kids killed. Oh, now he runs. Now she runs. Guess it's cheaper not to animate Dimorphodons. Aww. I'm excited about this. I'm curious about this. I don't blame them. I kind of see both of their side of views here, you know? She didn't have a choice, really. But yes, Mina doesn't open up to people, she doesn't make many friends, and now she feels betrayed, because of course she does. Maybe you should stop leaving them all alone. Yeah, just have 6 dead kids. That won't be a problem. Jurassic World is abhorrently run. It really is. Yeah. Roxy's loving it. They are horrendous counselors, it must be said. All the adults in Jurassic World are utterly useless. I'm excited about this. So we saw this all in the preview images and trailers and all that jazz. Bumpy's loving it. Time is good, right? It's helpful. I mean, the environments in this show are pretty amazing for a kid show. Just the humans look weird, but I'm kind of getting over that as well. Oh. Kenji being oddly mature right here. The family. Oh. Leave Bumpy alone. I think Ben's the only character I don't actually like at this point in time. Aww. Is this cool? I can't tell if I like this or not. Well animated. I wonder if this is why we got bioluminescent dinosaurs in the Jurassic World Minecraft DLC. Bumpy can. Bumpy's fuming. They're pretty cool. Hey, don't hit it. Come on, Kenji. Oh, that noise. Straight out of Lost World. Alright. What's going on? What's going on? I thought this was going to be cool and wholesome, and suddenly it's like... What? I expected to see much more of the Carnotaurus, oddly enough. That was weird. Why were the paras going after them like that? It was like some weird Greater Good thing from Hot Fuzz or something. It was terrifying. Now this is like the Rapids ride at Universal. I still want to see a proper river rapids like in the original Jurassic Park novel. It's never been the same. Fun story, say we could have glowing caves in Jurassic World Evolution. Oh, they're in the Mosasaurus paddock. This seems like a terrible idea. Also, so does connecting the two. And having it big enough for the boat. What kind of system is that? But one of the developers of Jurassic World Evolution said that one of the things they got wrong was not making your park customizable enough, so... Da 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 da. That's pretty cool. Guys, it says the episode and time on the screen. Come on. Imagine Bumpy's just completely naive, just having the best time, really. Bumpy's chill. Zero forgiveness. No surrender. Bumpy could probably take on a Mosasaurus, I'm just saying. It's a slick move. Oh look, someone's gonna die. I wonder who it's gonna be. It's Darius! Of course it is. That's gonna save the day. What's her plan here? What's the idea? I'm getting Deep Blue Sea vibes right here. This is very Deep Blue Sea. Now she just needs to cut her wrists a little bit and jump in the water like a numpty. Alright, Yaz. You're very happy. She's done well. What's your follow-up plan? What's the next stage of this plan, Yasmina? No, you didn't. It's like she's a shark. Yeah, Mosasaurus is not a dinosaur. I think. Come on, guys. Imagine she just got torn apart by a Mosasaurus right now. She is gonna make it. Oof. I don't know about that. The Mosasaurus rarely misses. Ooh, she had to feel that though. Running away from that big old dinosaur, buddy. She'll never run again. So at this point, this is the time between the Pteranodon attack on Main Street and the nighttime hunt of the Indominus. Bargain. Aw, get it bound, love. Get it bandaged. She's feeling hella betrayed. I can't blame her. It's one of those interesting situations where two people hate each other, but you can kind of understand both sides, you know? Sad southern girl noises. Roxy is hella thick. What were you doing out? There we go. Okay, I'm identifying very hard with Brooklyn right now. Roxy's not underage. Roxy's a counsellor. And she's Jamil, who is also hella thick, as it happens. Right, so they're hearing the alarm go off, which I'm assuming is because that's the. Well, at this point, it's like sunset, right? So the attack on Main Street should be over, I'd say at this point. Let me just stop and reset my timer. So I guess that alarm is. Yeah, just everyone get out of the way, basically. So it's sunset, right? So this is the time we don't see everything that goes on right here. Between the Indominus breaking out through the aviary and the hunt for the Indominus Rex at night time. So we're going to see what happened, which is pretty cool. Yawn. Alright, okay. Let's move on to episode 7. Less dilly-dallying today, because I want to do like a sum-up review, talky-talk thing at the end. So, move on, if you're watching with me, to episode 7, which is called Last Day of Camp. And put yourself on 000000000. I have an itchy arm. So, you should all be at 00000 on episode 7 if you're joining me. No. Anyways, so let's. I need to do my little press start twice super quickly thing, so bear with me. Fünf, vier, drei, Zen. Wait, no. And eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf. Yeah. Fünf, vier, drei. I can't do this, but zwei, ein, go. Can't do it backwards for some reason. My German is not good enough to do this backwards. Here we go, episode 7. 2 left to go. On the cusp of greatness. On the cusp of having to go back and make normal videos that take effort. Rather than just sitting here streaming dinosaurs. Very sad about that. Not gonna lie. As you can tell, I actually did the sound effect for the T-Rex. Here we go. I also did the sound effects for the alarms. This happens. It was a confusing countdown, I'm sorry. Yes, Mina ain't running anywhere, son. Hey, Bumpy's on the move. Of course she did. Even I'm buffering now, bloody hell. There you go, monorail. I mean, you just go to the docks anyway, right? You figure that must be the safest way. Monorail. What's it called? Monorail. Why am I buffering? Come on. You did not compete on a torn ACL. You numpty. Hey! I just said that we haven't seen Toro enough. Dinosaur animation is so good. Maybe this is where they do the box thing we saw in the trailer. I know there's buffering. I just mentioned it a few times. I don't know what to do about it. It seems alright now. Come on, Darius. You used that same plan twice. No reason it wouldn't work again, but that's neither here nor there. I can't imagine a Carnotaurus would be particularly well built for climbing up a staircase. Ooh. It's kind of terrifying looking, isn't he? Who's the scar? Oh yeah, the dinosaurs look great, they really do. Go, Bumpy, go! Oh no. Bumpy took so long doing nothing and barely ever wanting to move, and now Bumpy's just strolling around doing their thing. Leading the charge. Connor looks so good. Time to move, kids. Come on. Come on, Ben. You got those long legs. Put them to use. Ben should definitely be dead right now. Ah, Connors handling. Yeah, I knew it'd struggle the stairs. Oh, buddy. Don't. Yaz, what are you doing? Don't turn around. Don't stop. Keep moving, love. This is it. The Conno's legit pretty terrifying. Like, more than it was in the film. Bumpy! Come on, buddy. Oh, he's just waiting for Ben. No, the one from Fallen Kingdom's not the same one, right? I don't think it is. I can't even begin to pretend to understand what on earth that sentence is meant to mean, but okay. Oh, Bumpy's having a time. I reckon Bumpy's the cause of all this somehow. Bumpy's actually working for Biosyn. It's all a ruse. Roxy's just nailed Kenji. I was going to say, there's still a Carnotaurus to deal with. It's interesting that the councillors have not been put in danger at any point so far. Dragon Man Pet Kai. I'm going to address this. If you don't like it, and if you think it's a waste of time, just leave. I don't need you here bitching about it for no reason. My God. It's not for you. That's it. I don't care. Bloody hell. You're not going home, guys. It's episode 7. There's another episode left. Yay, Bumpy. They are the worst counsellors. Even Kenji's not convinced. Pulls out a bottle of vodka. It's not vodka. Come on, Ben. All the good things. You could totally be coffee. Of course his dad's with someone called Candy. Kenji. They've all got family problems. That's a good idea. It's not like there's Trinodons flying around the area or anything. Carib's not that bad. Come on, kids. That's a fair point. We're going back to normal again. 2020 summed up, really. To no more Carib juice. See, Sammy shouldn't have spoken up. Doomed them all. Wait, what was that? Was that the rocket launcher? Attacking the Indominus Rex? It must have been, right? I said Carib. I didn't say carrot. I said I quite like Carib. Oh, Sammy. Doesn't make you friends. Surprisingly realistic. Aww. I really appreciate that. This isn't what makes a friend. Shared experiences is not enough to make a friend. They're very, very different people. They wouldn't be friends. That's a surprisingly mature take. That even adult films don't... I don't mean adult films like that, you know. Poor Bumpy. Should have been the seventh friend, yeah. Oddly enough, Sammy... Oh, there it goes. Lubing himself up again. Oh, no, he's lubing Bumpy instead. I don't want to know how Ben makes sanitizer. Unironically, that is more character development than any character has had in a Jurassic Park anything since the original. Unironically. People don't become friends just because they're thrown together into scary situations. Circumstances, and it's like when you go on holiday and you meet a girl, right? Or you meet a holiday friend. Yeah, they're your friends for a couple of weeks, but they're not a real friend. They're not like a long-lasting friend usually. That made Ben. I like Ben a little bit more after that. A little bit, not much. I don't know who's got the least depth as a character now. It's interesting. We'll talk about it after the review. I'm pretty sure Ben's gonna save the day somehow, though. The scaredy cat always saves the day somehow. No, you may not spoil what happens. What the hell? Why would you? I do not understand people. My God. just to shut her up, really. Kids are taking an actual beating here. Oh, who's on that one? No one. Oh, but they're gonna hit it on the trucks. Are they gonna hit it on the trucks? So it wasn't the rocket launcher. Okay, you just gotta get that in there. Come on, Ben, you have to protect Bumpy. He's giving you something to care about now. Ben's on the move. It was pretty inevitable. Hey, it's like Jurassic Park 3. It is easy to make friends if you're just a nice person, but not everyone is meant to be friends, you know? Pteranodons look great as well. Honestly, all the prehistoric creatures do look really cool. I've said that a lot, but it's true. They're very well animated. The whole thing is, I mean, that's a great shot right there. They've got to release... They've definitely released lots of Bumpy toys, but you'd want a plush, wouldn't you? I would want a plush. I would be tempted by a Bumpy plush, I'm not gonna lie. Go on, Ben. Save Bumpy. What's the plan here? Oh. Absolutely splattered. Ah, okay. Masrani doesn't look Mexican. What? It's Indian. Ben! He's okay! Bumpy's basically a puppy. It is going to be a problem though, because Bumpy will grow to be absolutely goddamn massive. Yo! That was as closest to a jump scare as we're ever going to get, yeah. That was nuts. A little slow motion there. That was insane. Masrani's not Mexican. What the hell? Alright, Ben died. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know why he's Mexican. That's so weird. Alright, okay, whatever. Okay, that was episode 7. R.I.P. for Ben. Let me change the name there. Boop. Yeah, good episode. That bit with the pteranodon bursting through was insane. That was really good. I can't view messages anymore. I don't care anymore. That was intense, to say the least. Yeah. So, everyone else is off battling the Indominus Rex at this point. This monorail is heading towards the south part of the island, towards the docks. The Carnotaurus has been left behind. The Indominus Rex is about to fight on Main Street. Maybe the kids are going to have some interaction with that. I said in my preview for this that I was really hoping you would see that somehow. Yeah, I mean, Ben, I think all of that was a little bit telegraphed, to be honest. I think any other character would have been... I think Ben was the most likely character to go through that whole thing. You're the scared, wimpy kid who finds something to care about in the dinosaurs that once terrified him, and he goes and tries to save the day. And then, unfortunately, dies. Or whatever happened. So, maybe it would have been easier to hold if he didn't keep lubing up. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. At the end of the day, in Jurassic Park 3, Thingy didn't die. He popped back up at the end. When also taken by a pteranodon, it would be a weird coincidence if it happened twice, but there you go. Anyways, let's get on to episode 3 of the night. Episode 8 in total. What's on my TV? What is that? It's filthy. We'll do like a little review kind of shebang, and people asking who's my favourite character and all that kind of stuff. We'll talk about that at the end, essentially. I know, Nino Hamster, I saw it, it's incredible. Yeah, I'll talk about all that stuff at the end of the series. We only have one episode to go, so we can do some chat at the end. Right, so final episode, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 8, End of the Line. 7, don't know why it's not 7, but we are. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Graphically, I just think the kids could be a little less rubber looking, but beyond that, it's pretty good. Teenagers scare the living shit out of me. It's time it started. Yeah. God, I'm so far behind. Refresh. No, there we go. Oh, we're not far behind at all. Oh, sweet. Okay. It's the last time we'll see Rexy. Wait, what? Well, that's just... Oh, no, mind. Wait, I can't tell what's going to happen. Right, there he goes. I assume he's going to get maybe grabbed by that pterosaur. That's the first time they've had to deal with what seems to them, at least, like a dead kid, you know? Oh no, poor Bumpy. Oh no, Bumpy's so sad. This bit where no one was helping, but I guess, I mean, they're kids, you know. I'm gonna panic. They're heading back up to Camp Cretaceous, basically. Oh hey, maybe the Carnotaurus will pop up. Just take a tumble, mate. You can't jump out the monorail. How far down does it dip? Let's have a look. I'm suspicious. No, way too high. Way too high. They would literally break several bones in their body right now. Kenji wants to say Bumpy. Where's Bumpy? Where's Bumpy? This is Bumpy's plan all along. I'm very curious what happens to Bumpy, because in theory you can't take Bumpy with you. Bumpy has to be left on the island, and then the island burns down. So does Bumpy die? You two are so gonna get fired. I suppose the park's gonna shut down anyway, so who cares? They really should have, like, put a... What did you call it? What do you call it? I can't remember. A splint. Should have put a splint on it. Oh, hello, buffering. What's going on here? Oh, I'm getting Baryonyx vibes from that. Pretty sure Mr. Toro is going to show up again. Unironically, people would have died from that fall, but it's a kid's show, so I'm kind of like willing to get over it, you know? Unseen scene from the original Jurassic World. Bumpy actually kills the Indominus Rex. It wasn't Rexy and Blue. Bumpy was doing all the work. Also, there's no good or bad guys. They're dinosaurs. Rexy's not bad, but Rexy's not good. I don't think any dinosaur should be good or bad. Except Bumpy. Bumpy's wholesome and good. Kenji, what are you doing? Oh, God. Irex isn't bad, it's just hunting. It's just doing what its genetic makeup tells it to do. It's not choosing to kill, it's not choosing to hunt. It's doing what it feels is natural to it. Kenji, don't be a dick. Oh, damn. Well, that's not Carnotaurus. Raptors. Irex isn't bad and Blue and Rexy aren't good. That's nonsense. They're dinosaurs. They're wild animals. It did look like a compy, but the noise effect sounded very raptor, so I don't know. It's not its fault hunting for sport. It's natural. It's doing what its genetics and nature tell it to do. It doesn't make it evil. You guys are very black and white on this. Oh, little compy. It's a very angry compy. Can you just ban Kajira? Never mind the timing out. Yeah, thank you, Sakasol. Stop being a dick, that's what you get. Hunting for sport doesn't make you evil. There we go. Oh, Compies run. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Yeah, they could squeeze through there pretty easily. Oof, buddy. There's no such thing as genetically evil. I feel like Yaz would have been ripped apart by now, you know? But she's going for it. She's an athlete, you know? She's got her skills. What just happened? I do like that. Yeah, someone mentioned it in chat that the Rex hasn't even featured other than the intro for some reason. Compies haven't been in Raptors haven't been in at all since like the first episode or whatever it was. It's cool. It's pretty cool. You know, Carnotaurus getting all this screen time. Being absolutely goddamn terrifying in the process. Nearly there, boys and girls. Nearly there. Toro just wants to eat some kids, you know? I am getting slight Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3 vibes from the Toro, though, must be said. Exactly, yes, exactly. It's not your fault, buddy. Don't worry about it. Darius, they'd all be dead if it wasn't for you, pal. Chin up. Imagine you get shocked there. Team but not friends. Key difference. Yeah. Dramatic moment where everyone comes together except Ben. Ben's dead. Kids pull out like a M6 or something. A very long nap, exactly. how good it looks. I can't get over it. The dino animation is incredible. It's better than Evolution. Unironically, it's better than Evolution. It's different because it's doing one thing. It doesn't have to loop. It doesn't have to look natural in an habitat, blah, blah, blah. But still, it's really good. They're MacGyvering the hell out of this. Does it work? Nope. Kano is not about that life. Look at that! Looks amazing! Not the most effective hunter, it must be said. Any other Carnotaurus would have eaten several children by now, but still. The problem with Camp Cretaceous skins in Jui is, what would you have? A boring Sinoceratops, a Scar on a Carnotaurus, and a Bumpy? An adult Bumpy, I guess. It wouldn't be, I don't know, it just wouldn't be that exciting. It's not going to happen anyway. I'm pretty convinced at this point. If it was going to happen, it would have happened already. We'd have got it last week. It's an intense ass fight right here. Darius, believe in the heart of the cards. Oh god damn. Toro just got eviscerated. My god. Bioparia? That's a fair shout, actually. Either way, we're not going to get anything, so. There's no way it's alive. What the hell? Toro's been shredded to pieces here. Yeah. I do feel a little bad for Toro at this point. Especially if it's about to just randomly die here. I think it's more weighing up its odds of whether it wants to fight. It's going to run away, isn't it? Yeah. Toro's so sad. He's just hungry. Stop mocking him, kids. The video isn't age restricted. What do you mean? Nice. It's all coming together. In the last few minutes of the whole series here. There's a novel skin pack on Nexus, actually. It's pretty cool. Oh, it's that thing again. So much screaming. Hello, Blue. Wait, what? Wait, really? They don't get off the island? That's how it ends? Seriously? It's Bumpy! Aww. Oh no, it's like the scene in the Pokemon movie. Bumpy, you have to cry. There we go, Ben's alive. I'm a little surprised, honestly. That's how they ended it. Wow, I was actually not expecting that. That's crazy. Huh. Bear with me, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Finito! Well, at least people can't get banned for spoilers anymore. That's crazy. Honestly, like, I suppose they need. I understand that they needed a season 2. They needed to set up for a season 2. And I was unsure how they were going to do a season 2, considering I assumed they were going to get off the island, right? So if all the kids go back home, how do you set up for a season 2? I suppose that would be a very difficult thing to do. Now the kids are just going to survive like wild children on Isla Nublar with all the dinosaurs, though? That seems even less likely to me. I don't know about that. That seems a little bit daft, if I'm honest. But maybe it ends with the... Maybe that's how they get off the island. Well, you know, because how long was it between Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom? It's like 4 years, right? Are the kids really going to survive there as a group for 4 years? Because I was thinking, oh, maybe how they get off the island eventually is the events of Fallen Kingdom happen. Obviously, lots of people turn up in Fallen Kingdom, and maybe they get away on the boat, but... Exactly. Yeah, but 8 weeks is not 4 years. Those are very different things. Those are very different timescales. 3-4 years, whatever it is. Maybe they'll jump forward in time for a bit, and we'll get like adult Bumpy, or like teenager Bumpy, like mid-sized Bumpy. Because Bumpy, as much as I love Bumpy, Bumpy didn't do anything. Bumpy didn't do a bloody thing except look cute. I was expecting them to like come up against a raptor or something like that for Bumpy to come in and try to save the day, but yeah, very much not the case. The point is, yeah. So, does season 2 pick up straight away where season 1 ended, or does it skip forward a few weeks, or does it skip forward a few months? I mean, eventually they're gonna have to come back to the island and get picked up, right? Roxy and Dave, it's the first time I remember Dave's name, are assumedly gonna keep pushing to go back and save the kids, right? They know they're alive, so yeah. Eric survived for 8 weeks, not 3 years. It's a very different time scale, guys. And Eric is living on his own makes a lot less noise. It's worth pointing out. There you go, 2.5 years. It's very, very different. Everyone keeps bringing it up as an example, but it's a terrible example. They're not going to survive for 3 years on their own. They're just not. Like, in a realistic circumstance, they're not going to survive 3 years alone. Yeah, he was on his own, but on his own, I would say maybe 2 people or 3 people is optimal, but a group of 5 of you, 6 if they found Ben, is actually worse than being on your own with 2 people. 6 people makes a lot more noise. You have to find more food, you have to find more water, it's harder to hide. You know, 6 people is not an advantage, it's a disadvantage. But at the end of the day, it's a kid's show, so I'm expecting them to survive and be fine. I'm just saying, realistically, I don't think they would. I think that, I mean, realistically, they'd be dead already, so I suppose it doesn't really matter. So, it doesn't really matter at all. I just don't think Eric is a good example, is all I'm saying. Anyways, it was a good show. I'm probably gonna watch it again. I think, yeah, food rots, guys. There's no power on the island. There's also dinosaurs. Yeah, I would be surprised. Well, it's fully functioning now, but we know it isn't. We know it's abandoned because we see it in Fallen Kingdom. No, how does a big group increase your chances of survival? It doesn't. It genuinely doesn't. 2 people, I would say, is optimal, because what you can do is then rotate sleep shifts and keep an eye out for dinosaurs and stuff like that, whilst making not much noise and not having to feed many people, not having to get much water. 6 people doesn't offer any advantage over 2, because they're not, they're not fighting these dinosaurs really. They're just dodging and trying not to get eaten. Yaz's leg is busted. Yaz's leg is rotting and falling off at this point in time. Yeah, I would be surprised if they don't get rescued within I don't think it'll tie in with Fallen Kingdom. Let's put it that way. That's not how power works. Things don't just run on their own. If you never... Again, we see it in Jurassic World. The things aren't running. Nothing is lit up. Nothing's on power. I mean, they get the power running in one of the things, but they have to finagle it. It's literally part of Fallen Kingdom. Things don't just run forever without any human supervision whatsoever. It's obviously not realistic. People cannot genuinely be arguing with me that the idea of 5 children at this point, 5 children, one of which is injured, would realistically survive. I don't even care. It's a kids show. I have no problem with it. But people are genuinely trying to argue that 5 children on a dinosaur-infested island, when we've seen mercenaries loaded with weaponry get slaughtered in seconds, but these 5 children are miraculously going to survive for years. No, obviously not. Come on. They would die. But it's a kids show, so what timescale they use is honestly up for debate. They could go for 3 years if they wanted to. I really didn't mean to get into this. I just think it's ridiculous. Bumpy will rule over all of Jurassic World. That is the idea, of course. Yeah, but they're not with Ben. Yeah, to be fair, they'd all have been dead in the first episode by now, so... People are saying they're going to survive for years, so that's literally what I'm responding to. Anyways, I'm curious to see what they do in season 2. Like, what time scale do we pick back up in? I can't imagine. I mean, realistically, anyway. We've got Roxy and what's the other last name? Roxy and Dave pushing for them to go back and save the kids. I can see that being 2 or 3 months. I think 2 or 3 months is probably realistic for what that time frame will be. But then the question is, what are they going to do? So they're already on the island. We've seen a lot of the dinosaurs. I guess you could introduce things like the baryonyx, etc., etc. That would be pretty cool. In terms of carnivorous monsters... That's right, monsters. Carnivorous dinosaurs beyond the baryonyx, what else could you add at this point in time that is actually established? I mean, maybe we can't. Maybe we can go further off canon and Wu's got a secret lab and they were working on something else. Who knows? I don't think the Carnotaurus in Fallen Kingdom is Toro. There's no scar on the face. Yeah, that's a good point. Never mind Roxy and Dave. There's all the parents, right? And Kenji's dad is loaded. And a lot of the parents, own a lot of, proper into Jurassic World. So... I'm just very curious. I can see... I Prediction for the first episode. It's a couple months later. The 5 kids are together. Ben isn't there. The 5 kids get in a lot of trouble. Something's about to go down. There's raptors approaching them or something like that. And then Ben comes in with Bumpy and he's like made himself a makeshift armor set, someone says, and like a spear and everything like that. And he'll come in and save the day. And that's how they'll reintroduce Ben. Something like that. Who's your favourite kid? It was Darius, but Darius kind of didn't... I felt like he was less impactful for the last few episodes. I actually like Brooklyn. Brooklyn grew on me a lot. So did Kenji. Ben doesn't die. I can see it being longer than a few days. I think you need longer. I think you need a long enough time for Bumpy to realistically grow up. I would say 2 months. Oh, Dilophosaurus as well. Dilophosaurus would be cool. We need Dilophosaurus. Hopefully they bring that in season 2. Yeah, I can't imagine more than 3 seasons. Because season 2 you'd have that, and then season 3... I mean, where do you even go for that? I don't think you could do 3 whole seasons on the island. I think you need to move them somewhere. Maybe they end up in Isla Sorna somehow for a season. I don't know how you would make that happen, but that would be pretty cool. I'd be very on board with that. That's who I said. Brooklyn. But there's multiple raptors. Why do I only mean 1 raptor? There's, like, 4 raptors. We saw them all. Oh, they died. Fair point. Well, we don't know if Blue's the only raptor on the island still. Yeah, who knows where Bumpy goes, honestly. I wouldn't say... See, this is the thing. They definitely became less annoying. I wouldn't say they became proper characters, per se. I don't think the character development was particularly deep or interesting. It was very much... I mean, look at Ben, for example. Ben was just scared for the whole thing, and then he was brave because he cared about Bumpy. It's fine, character development. I'm not having a go at it. It's a kid show. But I think as well, when you got 6 characters to develop, and a lot of plot to get through, a lot of plotting or a lot of plot devices to get through, it's hard to properly develop a character. I say Darius definitely got the most backstory and depth to it, and as a group, they had some decent development as well. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a 24-minute show, and there's only so much you can do. I don't know who voiced Ben. Why would I know that? I think Kenji probably had the best improvement. Kenji and Brooklyn were the best improved characters for sure. Darius was fine from the start. Yasmina, I don't know. She was kind of the loner. She hurt herself and she kind of forgave the other girl and she was betrayed, but in her own character, didn't necessarily develop much. Ben, I don't think necessarily developed much. Sammy didn't develop at all, really. Again, we got some backstory, but that's not the same as character development. But by the end, I didn't find the kids particularly annoying. I mean, some of us have been in, I wouldn't say situations like that, but in scary enough situations. I will admit that, though. It's a lot harder to... Everyone likes to think... It's a fair point. Everyone likes to think they're super brave. Everyone likes to think that they're heroic and that they'd step up and do the right thing. And people don't. People don't step up and do the right thing at all. You see it all the time. It's like... I was reading about this the other day. When women in... I can't remember who it was, but somebody was teaching like a... This is going to get a little bit dark, by the way. Somebody was teaching like an anti... I'm going to call it assault, but you should know what I mean. An anti-assault class to women in America. And they're not taught to yell out assault, or help, or anything like that. They're taught to yell out fire, 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 fire. Because fire impacts other people. If someone's getting assaulted, it doesn't hurt the random person walking down the street. But if there's fire, maybe there's trouble. You know, maybe they need to do something. Maybe they should go check it out. I don't know, people like to think they're helpful and heroic, but we see these situations all the time where stuff's going on the street, people are getting jumped on the street or mugged or whatever, and people just walk past. You could be dying alone on the street, nobody around you, you're not harmful to anyone or anything, and people will skip past you. They literally will. So yeah, Ben, could be all of us, essentially. It was definitely taken to extremes, and I don't think most of us lube ourselves up as much as Ben does. Now, some of you might, I'm not here to judge, but, you know. C'est la vie. Well, I don't really totally get the fire thing, but that's the point. People tend to like be more willing to help if they think it helps themselves, if they're a danger. You know? I mean, if I heard someone scream fire, I don't think I'd run away. I'd like to think that's not my first reaction. We were talking about Jurassic World. This is all relevant. It all ties together. There were no good dinosaurs. I'd be very surprised if Season 2 wasn't the kids. I'd be immensely surprised if it wasn't the kids, to be fair. Not a bad idea, necessarily. I'm just saying I don't think it will be. I think they need to bring in more dinosaurs then. Dilophosaurus and Baryonyx, I'd say, are both shoo-ins. I can see Baryonyx maybe taking the Carnotaurus' role, but the Carnotaurus survived. So the Carnotaurus will probably come back. Whereas the Indominus Rex is now dead at this point. I really wish we'd seen a glimpse of the Main Street fight. I think that would have been a really cool tie-in. But I don't think dinosaurs like Dilophosaurus tend to be the main dinosaurs, like the raptors were, or the compies were, boosting up, but the Carno was the main one. I'm more curious. I'm not really. I think Season 2 would still work on the abandoned island. There's a lot to mine there. Plans how you're going to get out, and sometimes spent off island with Roxy and Dave and the parents and their journey to get back and save the kids and all that. I think that could justify Season 2. My main curiosity is if they ever do Season 3, where they would possibly go with it, you know? But no, I don't think the OG cast. I mean, even Dr. Wu wasn't in this season. Like, he was in as a character, but it wasn't the voice actor. Yeah, I wouldn't put much stock in the DPG. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna rewatch it. I think I'm gonna rewatch it. I think it needs to be seen in bulk. Like, I just want to sit down and watch it and not talk and commentate and want to chat and all that kind of jazz. On the face of it, I think that was better than both Jurassic World films. I would be happy to say that. Season 3 is perfectly likely. I say, why not? Got a sauna. Or Season 3 jumps forward to the events of Dominion. Because it would come out. Wu was not played by B.D. Young. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure on that. We check. Dr. Wu was played by a guy called Greg Chun, actually. So, no, wrong. Basically. Yeah, it'd be cool. I suspect that'll be a thing as well. We'll see more stuff from the company. Maybe that's who comes back. Maybe that's how they get off the island. Maybe the company that Sammy was working for. There we go. Maybe the person that Sammy was... I got that for a second. Maybe the person who Sammy was working for, maybe they come to the island to get the DNA and stuff from her because she hasn't come back. Maybe that's they appear and, you know, that's how they get off. And hiding not just from the dinosaurs but from the humans would be part of the plot line of Season 2. What girl in Lost World? Dodgson. Got Dodgson here. Dodgson is returning in Dominion, so him returning in... Wait, Dodgson's... Yeah. Dodgson's returning in Dominion, so him returning in... This seems unlikely to me. It's Jurassic World, was voiced by B.D. Wong. Nobody's disputing that. This one wasn't, is the point. It wasn't voiced by him. Jurassic World was played by B.D. Wong. I mean, yeah, but Masrani's not part of InGen. Masrani bought out InGen, right? InGen doesn't exist anymore, essentially. I don't know. I think they're trying to avoid Biosyn, but we are likely to see Biosyn come back in Dominion, so maybe that's why. They don't want to put anything in this that would potentially contradict future canon from a mainline film. They don't really need to do that, do they? I don't see... I mean, it could be, but we don't see any reason to think it would be. I mean... The Darius is black and she was white, so it seems unlikely to me, but you never know. I don't know what that is. Could be Suchomimus. I'd be surprised if they don't try to introduce... I was going to say I'd be surprised if they don't try to introduce a new dinosaur, but this season did not have a single new dinosaur. Did not have a single dinosaur we hadn't seen before in some context. So... I don't know if that's something they want to do. I don't know how limited they are in that, because anything you add in, you then get it battling with the main canon. And I think you can say... I mean, you can say Camp Cretaceous is canon, that's fine, because it doesn't I mean, look, we saw lots of crossover with the main canon. There's lots of things that happened in the main canon that then affected this, but there's nothing that happened in this that if you said, yes, that's canon, would have a big effect on the main series, right? There's nothing that happened in this that made a big change. There's nothing that happened in this that was going to change how the future films work or changes how you look on the past films. I will say it didn't link in as much. I thought it was fine, the links with the canon, but I don't think it linked in as much as people suggested it did, I'll say. I don't think that's true. Oh, maybe. No, you are right. Yeah, no, fair point. Well, it's more like... It's kind of like Xbox today, right? They bought Bethesda. Bethesda in this situation is InGen. InGen still exists, but not really in its old form. It seems silly. If I bought out InGen, I would change the name instantly, personally, but hey-ho. They can be related, but it just seems unlikely. I don't know. What is this nonsense about the quartet? Also, the good dinosaur thing annoys me every time. There's no such thing as a good dinosaur. The fact that they tried to make Blue and Rexy humanized and good, in inverted commas, in the end of Jurassic World, is one of the worst parts of Jurassic World. And actually, I will say, one of the best things about this show is that it made the raptors actually scary again. The raptors were in it very briefly, but they were scary, at least. And none of the dinosaurs other than Bumpy were humanized. Even the parasaurs, which are herbivorous and seemingly chill, started to do some terrifying erotic movement cult thing, you know? Dinosaurs aren't friends and they shouldn't act like it. Yeah. I mean, I think if you watch the series in an hour because you sped through the boring parts, you're never gonna like the... I mean, that just sounds pointless to me. But hey-ho. Why would you even hire Dr. Wu, honestly? I don't know. The show was good. I enjoyed it. It was chill. I mean, yeah, well, yeah, but you say that, but we see the girl's dad at the start of Lost World Jurassic Park, so... I mean, there's just no, there's no real reason to think they're related, other than a name. Yeah, the parasol thing was very strange. I don't know what that was about. No explanation for that. Absolutely no explanation for that whatsoever. Okay, but Rexy didn't eat Blue. Rexy should have torn Blue apart. That little friendliness they had was ridiculous. It's not a big deal. People liked it. I just hated it. Yeah, that's a good point, actually, Saga. I didn't think about that. Rexy couldn't show up. How would Rexy have shown up in the show? It wouldn't make any sense. Well, I mean, they could have had a thing where they fall into the Rex paddock. Because they fell into every other bloody paddock. So they could have got into the Rex paddock somehow before the end. I think that would have been acceptable. No, but Rexy was not in the show at all. Well, other than the intro. It's weird. I mean, I'm fine with that, really. I think Rexy gets enough screen time already. It's fine to keep her off to the side. You don't need to shove her into absolutely everything, you know? Yeah, that's what I said, Corey. I thought the same thing. I mean, it would have been easy enough to get Rexy in there somehow, though. But, well. She'll probably be in next season, because next season she's out and about, right? She's just roaming the island, doing her whole thing. So I'd be surprised if she doesn't show up in a much larger capacity. Even that's absolute nonsense. That doesn't make any sense. Nope, no information on Aftermath. It is what I thought it was. It is between the events of Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom. We did get some... I don't recall information. It's like a little blurb, basically. Let me read it out. Let me find out. No, that's still nonsense. This just doesn't make sense. Crash landed on Isla Nublar 2 years after the fall of Jurassic World, so it's actually much closer to Fallen Kingdom rather than Jurassic World itself in terms of timeline. Your mission to recover valuable information goes disastrously wrong when you find yourself trapped in an abandoned research facility. Your only hope of escape is to recover the confidential research for your employees on the mainland as quickly as possible, could be Biosin, or while being hunted by deadly velociraptors unwittingly set loose during the island's evacuation. Velociraptors, plural, worth knowing. To survive in this adventure, you'll need to explore the research facility, solve puzzles, and find ways to distract and hide from the ferocious velociraptors that stalk your every move. There you go. I hope they fix Rexy, because I think Rexy's been utterly ruined by the season, by the films. Likewise, Blue. And they sort of helped Blue out at the start of this one, so if they bring Rexy back next season and she's terrifying and she's hunting them and trying to kill them and she's scary, I would be very happy with that. I don't like Rexy having so much presence in Jurassic World as a franchise, but if she can be brought back to her, and just think back to the first time we ever see Rexy. Think back to that first ever Tyrannosaurus Rex scene in the original Jurassic Park. It is the big scene of the whole film. It really is. It's the scene. It's the scene where everything turns from beauty to chaos. That scene is the turning point of the whole film, and it's probably the most memorable scene in the entire film. I think when people think of Jurassic Park, the T-Rex breakout is the standout scene for most people. And that was Rexy being awesome. That's the last time Rexy was awesome as well. She's not been the same since then, you know? So, I'd like to see Rexy get back to that kind of thing. In the rain, in the dark, and hunting people, that would be awesome. And if they do that next season, then I'll be happy. I'm just going to time you out for being a dick as well. I don't understand people. Why come here just to be a prick? Like, what's the thought process, honestly? Yeah. I don't know. I want the dinosaurs to be dehumanized a little bit, you know? I want them to be animals. I want them to be wild, ferocious, hungry animals. Because that's what they would be. That's what they would be. I can buy a little bit Blue and the relationship with Owen. I can sort of get with that. But everything else doesn't, ring with me, really. But hey-ho. Yeah, no, to be fair, Rexy at the start of Fallen Kingdom. I forgot about that. Rexy was pretty cool then as well. Other than that, you know? To quote. God damn it, City. Oh well. Okay. Well, it was a good show. It was a good show. I would give it a solid 7 out of 10. Which, considering I gave Fallen Kingdom 4 out of 10, it's a pretty good score. Maybe 7 or 6. 7, 6.5 to 7. I don't know. It was good. I enjoyed it. I was alright. I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to watch it again without commenting over the top. I'm going to just let it play and do its thing. Just let it play completely. Skipping the intro and stuff like that, so that should help out a little bit, I think. Kind of treat it like a film a little bit more. It's definitely going to be season 2. It was like the second most popular show in the Netflix in America, at the very least. I don't know what it is in the UK, but either way, it's been very popular. It's been, a big deal. I'm sure kids are loving it. I'm sure they're selling a lot of merchandise as well, so there will inevitably be a season 2. Probably season 3. Bumpy should come back. And that's why I think it'll jump forward a little bit. Bigger Bumpy. Okay, so if I'm giving it a 7, right, benefits of the show. Dinosaurs looked amazing, environments looked great-ish. But the dinosaurs looked really, really cool. Genuine stakes, I know no kid has actually died, but as long as it feels like they might, then I'm more impressed. Nobody did anything like truly ridiculous, like the girl at the end of Lost World, who I cannot remember the name off the top of my head. It felt like survival, a lot. What else? No focus on the Raptors or the Rex, I thought was pretty cool. The way it tied in with the franchise, although overestimated by some reviewers, I would say, was also pretty cool. What else? What else did I like? Characters started off annoying, but they did genuinely become better by the end. They didn't all get that treatment. But I'd say Brooklyn, Darius, Kenji, to an extent, Yasmina, all ended up as pretty good characters. Bumpy is the best thing in the world. So that's all the positives. What keeps it from being better is I did feel the character development was a bit rushed. Everyone other than Darius. Darius had substantial character development. I feel everyone else was a little bit rushed because he had so much to get through. At some point, it does become a little unbelievable that people like the counselors and everyone else would act so incredibly stupid, and that the people running Jurassic World would be so incredibly stupid. But then again, they kind of did that in Jurassic World itself, so why wouldn't they? Yeah, so that was a problem. Bumpy wasn't in it enough. That's another one. Kelly, that's the name I was looking for. It felt there's a problem I have with TV programs. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a kids show, right? It's not some like highly scripted, prestige drama or something. And there's this problem wherein character decisions and the natural outcome of those decisions is not what drives the plot. The characters didn't drive the plot. The plot kind of happens to them, if that makes sense. Like, these events keep happening. Whether it makes sense or not, whether it logically tracks or not, it's like, these are the things we're going to have happen. How do we get the kids there? I didn't feel like there's like a natural progression. It was just disaster, 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 without necessarily feeling logical or well put together. And it's not necessarily like I wouldn't expect that, but I think it could be written tighter than it was. I think that's about it. I don't really have much else to say that's negative, if I'm honest. I find it weird that Rexy's in the intro and she's not in the actual show. It's not really a negative, I just find it odd. Do I have any other negatives? Not really. I'd say that's about it. It's not the greatest show ever made or anything, don't get me wrong. I do think some of the reviews have been a little bit over the top. But, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And for Jurassic Park, which, if we're honest, tends to have pretty terrible media outside of, like, the main series. Well, even then. It was impressively good. It could have been a lot worse, let's put it that way. It could have been so much worse than it was. Yeah, people in Jurassic World are stupid as well. Right, my iPad is actually going to die, so I'm going to give you a chat. So I'm going to go, because I've been blathering on for absolutely ages now. Well, the kids, the thing is, the kids were being proactive, but it's not that the kids weren't being logical or doing anything. It's more like it didn't seem to matter what they did. The world, I don't know. It's hard to put into words exactly what I mean, but there's a lot of plot contrivances. You know, things happened to get the kids from point A to point B to point C to point D, rather than being a natural result of character motivations and stuff like that. And it is a big problem with many, many, many high-quality TV shows and films and everything like that. And it's something that makes things feel very video gamey, because that's what a video game is. You go from point to point, task to task to task to task. Whereas in real world, that's not necessarily how things would occur. But it's not a big deal. It's just a negative, in my opinion. But definitely not a big deal. Right, anyways, yes, we're going to go. So that was fun. We'll do this again next time. Next time we'll do this with webcam and much more professional setup and all that kind of malarkey, I'm sure. But, you know, that's a year away. I don't think I'm going to do this for anything else anytime soon until I can get that proper setup going. Yeah, I had fun. Hopefully you guys did too. If you're joining us late, of course, you can go back to the start and watch it all at the right time. And, yeah. See you guys next time.